Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to Shed Life. Today we're doing a brake job on the Golf because it desperately needs brakes. I don't know if George... Actually no, George did show you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I said that there.
Beep! But yeah, I got these...
Power of the sun.
Yeah! This man stood on the breaker bar.
And listen, yeah. Now I'm all about body positivity and all that, but I'm not exactly the skinniest of fellows. I'm a heifer. I'm hefty. Yeah. And it was just like 90 kilogram man versus 165,000 new meter wheelbarrow.
This is what we're working with. Oh, never mind. Cut it.
These ones aren't.
But got these discs from Euro Car Parts for the whole set for front and rear discs and pads. £105. Click and collect next day. It's not too shabby. Georgina, have you explained the process of doing brakes before?
Pad disc.
Pad disc.
I'll explain more when I can actually show the brakes. But in essence, brake pads contact brake disc. Brake shoe. Yeah. We'll show you. Put your favourite sauce in the comments below. Mine's mayo. I like the white things.
Mine is Heinz Morley's fried chicken sauce.
I still haven't had that.
It's delicious. Yeah.
What's yours, Max? What is your favourite sauce? Tell the people.
Brown. Hey yo.
Take a pic. Fuck you.
Bit tight. You already loosened that one, didn't you?
Yeah!
Skillet should get. Brother, no, you missed it.
Nah.
Sponsored by Ryobi, not really. It's not cross-threaded, is it? That's fine. To anyone that has never seen a disc and caliper, what is this?
This is bad. This is brake disc, little grub screw here that retains the disc onto the wheel hub. On top of that, as you bolt the wheel on through here, it secures the disc onto here, so it's in no danger of going anywhere. This is your caliper setup. This is a single piston caliper setup. There's a few different types. Some where you've got a piston on each side, 4 pistons where you've got 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Or even such big as 8 pistons, where you're basically getting into your AMGs and M Performance. Brake pads, they actually look like they've been done very recently. You can see the thickness, not of this metal bit on the front, but the actual friction material within here. You can see where it almost like steps down. This being the friction material part. There's I'd say probably about 10 millimeters left on there. Which, if for example the customer's car, is plenty. Now with it being a single piston, the piston is on the inside of the brake disc, and it pushes against the brake pad, which goes against the back half of the disc. As it pushes, this bit is then pulled inwards, which contacts this pad against the side of the disc, so it clamps onto the brake disc, slowing it down through the friction. The piston, or actually within the caliper itself, there's a little bit of rubber that acts as a return spring so that it goes back to its normal resting place. These can fail, which causes pulling while braking, or just in general excessive brake pad wear on one side of the car. You've also got your carriers which bolt to the back of the hub, which hold the pads and the caliper in their place and just keeps everything all nice and neat. So what we're going to do first is pull the brake caliper off, which will give us a much nicer view over this side in general. Then we're going to pull the carrier off so that we can get the disc out. Although then again, on this car, because it's bag group and they make things nicely, I don't think I need to pull the carrier off. I might, because I want to clean things, but pull this out of the way.
Now, I have a question. You said
Yep.
that the pad looks like it's been done fairly recently.
It does.
Then why did they not do discs?
Unfortunately, there are some people who go to a bit too dodgy of a backstreet garage.
Yep.
Once you start to get a little bit of a lip, and this disc is actually quite pitted as well, you can see the marks up it. Once you get a bit of a lip, and definitely this extra corrosion around the edge, it shows that the pad's not contacting properly, not sufficiently engaging with the disc the whole way around, and therefore not giving you the full efficiency of the braking power. Once they lip, the pads will stop contacting this little, it's only a bit, but there's enough there, it will stop contacting here and just dig itself into a rut. And then because it can't, it's got all this extra material that's wasted there where it's supposed to be contacting but not, it doesn't make the correct contact with the actual main face of the disc, therefore decreasing your braking power even more. So it's very key to replace brakes at their correct intervals when they need replacing, which is why you should bring it to a Mercedes main dealer.
And folks, if you think this is bad, just wait until you see the rears on this car. Let's just
Right, now this is essentially turning into a how-to, but I've got my 10mm ratchet spanner and 6mm Allen key bit. It just slots in there like that. And then I'm going to undo this, and there's one down here as well that also undoes, and then the caliper is free to be removed. First of all, see how seats they are. Not too bad. I've had worse working on Mercs that are 5 years old. They can be a bit stubborn sometimes. Don't be too scared to give them a bloody whack. Right now, these are a little stuck on, so what I'm going to get do in this situation is I'm going to get a pry bar. I'm going to go in this lower bit and this upper bit, and I'm just going to give a little bit of minor persuasion. Now, actually, that's fucking annoying with the spring. It's the thing at the bottom, I forgot. So right here, there's this little notch I've got my finger on. This sits just here, which is why you have to get the top half of the bag calipers out, and then we'll whack the lead bar in there. Then we can pry her out. She comes free. What's always good is just to have some support in it. So I'm just going to tuck it in there for now while we focus on the brake disc. We'll worry about the pads later. Let's get it all stripped down and dealt with first. So I'm going to pull this brake disc off now. That looks like a Phillips, which is going to be absolutely horrendous to undo.
Are you? Nice.
Hammer and screwdriver. So, find that out. She's a little crusty dusty, especially this front half. So I'm going to give that a bit of a clean up before we go back. But that's nice. Theoretically now, this dish should just pull off. But it's been on there for, I'd say, approximately 2 millenniums. So we're going to use my favourite friend, Mr. Ham, R, minor persuasion. Now I've got the disc off in fashion. You can just see the hump around here. I've got a wire bit on a drill. I'm going to give this general area a whole clean up. I'm going to try and clean off some of that caked on stuff. So I'm going to give that a go, and then we'll come back when we're ready to refit everything. Brake hoses, fine. See? Everyone? Right, I'm happy with that for now. Jobs are good in there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So, Now we're at the point where we're going to refit our new brake disc and tighten it down that brush bit we mentioned before. This is going to need a proper clean up, this one. So I'm going to take that over to the bench grinder. And then new brake pads. They've both got little retaining springs on them. So just to show you, these three little points here, they will clip into either the piston or the caliper. Just pop this one off. Ow. See, that one's a lot cleaner because it's been in the piston. But yeah, plenty of meat left on those, but those discs were really bad, and you should always replace brake pads with brake discs. Bin these, as you can see on the caliper here, there's quite a bit of brake dust, so I'm going to clean this up as well. And also, as you can see from the piston, it's popped out slightly, so you need to push that back in. You have to do that whenever you're replacing brake pads. As the pads wear down more and more, the piston has to be further and further out. So we're going to push that back and then clean it up. Get our brake pad spreader. We'll just wind this to expand that central bit, and it pushes the piston right the way back. Now, it's not perfect, but it looks quite a bit better in there now, and there won't be as much trapped brake dust to deal with. So, right now, when it comes to getting new brake discs, 9 times out of 10 when you buy them from Euros, you can see there's like an oil film coating on the top. So, get some brake cleaner, douse it in brake cleaner, and then we'll get some blue roll and just wipe it all off. That gets rid of that oily film coating and ensures that when you first press that brake pedal, you don't go sliding into a tree. Line your brake disc up with your holes. Take your new and improved grub screw, pop it in there, turn it by a few threads, and make sure you hold it flat, and just wind that grub screw in. Give her a little nip up. There you go. Your brake disc, new and improved brake disc rather, is now on your car. As I mentioned, when it comes to installing these brake pads, they hold in here and here. Right, now I've got the new brake pads. As you can see, these have got an awful lot more meat. There we go, that slides down like that, so that one's all locked in place. Okay, so, as I mentioned, I've got to squeeze these in. These are a bit wide, so I'm going to see if I can do some manipulation. There we go, that's all popped in there. So it leaves this gap here, which is obviously where it will go onto the brake disc. Now, as I mentioned before, it's got this little notch, so as we come down here, got to make sure that that notch goes over first. Or, there we go, before the brake pad caliper goes on. So, she's all snugged up in there and nice sound. So we bump these Allen key bits back in. And we can now flip our ratchet span around. And do them up. Keep going. Give it one more. Tight. These probably have a torque spec. My torque spec is no. Here we are at the rear. Now, as I mentioned, the rear of the car is slightly different. As you can see, the carrier protrudes slightly over the brake disc. So it's virtually the same, except back here we have 13s holding it on, not 6mm Allens. So we're going to unbolt the calipers. These also wind back in a different way. You can't just squeeze them back in. You have to have a specific wind back tool. So I'm going to grab one of them. And we're going to strip this all down and I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing as I do that. Okay, now obviously, lefty loosey, it's a little bit unideal of where the brake pipe is. I said lefty loosey, and I'm going right 30. What an absolute spanner. I'm sorry, get that nice try. Oh, that's not 17, not ideal. Right. So, you need a 13, and I believe a 15, because that's a 17, and it's too big. The 13 and 15, 15 to counter hold, use your 13 to undo this. It's very perish, just like that. Use your 13 to undo this bolt, same at the bottom. Once you've got them two off, pull your caliper in slightly, and it will be released. So as I said, 15, 13, you just counter hold in so that you're not spinning the whole slide pin. Ideally, whenever you do brakes, maybe not when you do your first set of pads, but definitely when you do discs and pads, it's good practice to replace the bolts and slider pins, although it's not the end of the world if you don't. Be a bit more stubborn than I thought. This caliper does look fairly new as well. One thing I have noticed about this car. Let's see if we can go in. Right, ever so slightly. Wow. Wow is all that I will say. Wow. There is... Hold on. Let me go and get a new pad so that I can compare these two. So this is what our old ones look like. Very worn down. This is what our new ones look like. Look at the difference between those. Absolutely crazy. Keep an eye on your brakes for this reason. Okay, now I'm gonna have to pull this carrier off. I've been fucking around for fucking however long, trying to find the right size. It's an 8mm Allen for these carrier bolts. Pull these out. Thanks. Oh. See, it's just my magic touch. Oh, wow. So, when I was going on about the importance of slider pins, this being why it comes out and it retracts straight back in. This does the same thing, which is lovely. It's always good practice when you remove a carrier just to give them a little, just to make sure they're free. They can seize in here and not pull out. We're gonna go get the disc, we're gonna whack the disc on, and then we're gonna go get our wind back tool, place it on there, and give her a wind. Right, same as before. Wind her on. Wind back tool. So you get all these different attachments. There's a use for that, but I'll be honest, I prefer doing it without. I make my life a little bit more difficult in the process, but oh well. These two little pins here go into these two segments on the piston themselves. They lock into place there. And as I'm twisting and winding, hence the term wind back tool, you push inwards as well, like so. As you see, that is now fully back in there, ready for two spanking new brake pads. We'll slide that back over it. Screw your bolts in. Hand tight first is always nice. Also, one thing about your brake discs, if you want to know how healthy they are and things like that, on the top of this disc here, it says min THK 7mm. That means minimum thickness 7mm. Gonna get our 8mm Allen bit, 10mm again, Put it on here. Torque it to spec. Click. Yeah. Click. Now, you go get the pads, place them on here, like caliper on top, slam the bolts in. Once again, with the contact surfaces all greased, slot them in place, a bit tight, apparently. I've resorted to hammer for brakes. Makes sense. And then the caliper slides back over. You let us know, folks, what do you consider to be a classic? In the description, comments down below. Because 20 years,
Yeah.
some people say. I believe the government consider it to be 30 to 40.
Would you guys say this is a classic as of now or a future classic?
I'd say future classic. I'd say, personally,
The Mark III to me is a classic.
yeah. Personally, I believe this is the people who are slightly older watching this video are going to think, what? That's not that. I think these are slightly retro.
Yeah.
When I was young growing up, I know I'm still relatively young, but I've been working full time for over 6 years now. So I feel like I'm lightly qualified to say this. When I was growing up, my dad had a Mark IV Golf. My dad had a Corsa C. You don't see them on the roads nearly as much anymore. And there we go.
Squeezy boys on.
It's hot. I don't even, you see, the problem with these outros is that I don't know what video this is for, because we've just filmed on mine, and like on my car, sort of video that I need to like go back over.
Yeah.
But like we also filmed another one on yours. Could we say like brake job for both cars? Who knows? This might be a video. It might be 2 videos. If it's 2 videos, we'll record twice the outros.
I think, right, so...
Are we doing 1 video or 2 videos for this?
Brake job. Yours was technically a brake job.
It was.
It had brakes in it.
I put new pads in it. I can't explain to you how scary it was when I put my foot on the brake pedal and it went straight to the floor because I forgot to pump it. Rookie error, by the way.
Yep.
Although, I am glad that just pure instinct,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
First thing that I did.
Yeah.
So that's good, and it shows my reflexes are there, and I don't have the mind of a 85-year-old woman who has cheaper car insurance than me.
By like 400 quid.
Buy more than that.
Oh yeah.
That's
Probably
nearly
like
what I pay monthly.
£5.48 a month probably. For,
Do you know what, Linda? Fuck you.
and you too, Doris. To Doris.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video.
Me too.
Another one from Shed Life.
We've discovered my brakes probably need bleeding. Is the pedal feel is a little bit shite.
Bad.
Yeah, but that's a better, more family-friendly term.
So I think at some point we're gonna grab a brake bleeder from work, screw it on, and just give the brakes a good old bleed and see if that solves our issue.
Yeah.
Should do. I imagine there's just a little bit of air traps in the system.
That means
especially seeing as we know that there's been a new caliper put on that car.
Yeah.
If you look at the 2 rears, it's likely they just didn't bleed it fully.
So
Car could use a brake fluid change anyway. So
yeah, feels a little bit dark.
Yeah, the course is all good. As I just mentioned, I completely forgot to pump the brake pedal upon fitting my new pads and squeezing the piston back. So I went to go on the brakes, and instead of going like this, my foot just like went straight to the floor, and it was a very scary moment. Pumped it and ripped the handbrake up. Very scary.
Most eventful emergency stop of your life.
I think it's because I was stressing about. We were quite late at work. I had to set the alarm and everything. We were quite late there, so we had to I shut everything basically, verified everything was closed, and
Yep.
as much as they gave me the ability to do that, it was like a little bit stressful knowing that like that was kind of all on me, and I just kind of wanted to get it done and over with and get going.
Yeah.
But moral of the story is, don't paint your brake calipers and carriers at 2 p.m. when there's only 3 hours left of the day.
Mhm. I believe they're still wet.
Huh?
I believe they're still
There are
wet.
areas that are definitely still moist.
Overall, I'm very happy that we managed to get the brakes done on this, because you saw the state of the discs and the pads.
Specifically the rears.
Mhm.
They were so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Alfie said, they're all done now, so it gives it another tick from a safety aspect.
Yeah, we're good for another 20,000 miles. Something like that.
10, and then it will need a set of pads. Another 10 to 15, it will need discs.
I'm set for a year or
I've
two.
just put another set of pads on mine. So when these pads hit the end of their life, that'll be discs needing doing as well. And I mean, who knows? At that point, I might have rear discs, and I might decide to go EBCs depending on what I decide to use this thing for. So, apologise if the end of the video is a bit lacklustre in energy.
Yeah.
We are both very tired.
I was going to say, if you guys feel like you want videos to be more energetic, or if you like the down-to-earth kind of one-to-one aspect that we got going on here, then that's fine too.
I ain't trying to be like, I saw this boat now. But yeah, just I'm a bit drained. I think I've had a very long day because I actually had to work today on top of doing everything else.
Yeah, I drove home from Oxford
this
morning, and then went straight into this. But yeah.
So overall, good day.
Very good day.
Got stuff done. Car looks cool. Car stops cool. Car stops alright. I have drums on the rear, he doesn't, so he's cheating. We found out that has brake pad wear sensors.
It does.
Very cool for a 2003 car.
Yeah. It's got an LSD, brake pad wear sensors.
Very cool.
Very cool.
And I have got some cool parts that have turned up for this thing.
Yes.
Very cool parts.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah. But anyway, that's enough yabba, I think.
Yeah, I think so. If click here for our channel.
Oh, you're making me put the clicky things in.
I am.
Oh, I don't want to do the clicky things.
Click
I
here
don't know
for
how
the
you
channel.
do the clicky things.
You can figure it out.
Yeah,
Look up a YouTube tutorial.
I'm sure it'll be right.
Click here for our channel,
Yeah.
and then I think whatever the algorithm decides you would like to watch is over here, and then there's some other bullshit over there.
I was going to say, you're taking the piss now a little bit. I do feel. I do feel.
Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much for watching.
This has been Shed Life, and this
Life.
is your insight into life of sheds. Thanks very much. Goodbye.